Welcome learners. Today we will be discussing about Beeswax, which is actually a lipid containing drug and also used as a pharmaceutical aids for semi-solid preparation. After viewing this lecture, we will be able to define the biological source of beeswax. We will be able to describe collection and preparation of the beeswax, explain physical characteristics of beeswax, explain chemical constituent and adulteration of the beeswax, and find uses of beeswax. So as earlier I just mentioned that beeswax is a lipid containing drug. Basically it's a wax, natural wax, and here you can see the image of this beeswax, and this is a honeycomb, and that is actually obtained from this honeycomb, and this is actually the secretion of this worker bee. Just like honey is a secretion of worker bee, similarly beeswax are also secretion of worker bees, and that secretion helps in the preparation of this honeycomb. And basically we collect the beeswax from this honeycomb by melting this honeycomb. Let's say the taxonomic hierarchy of this particular insect, that is Apis mellifera or other species of the Apis. It belongs to kingdom Animalia. Phylum is Arthropoda, order Hymenoptera, family Apidae, and genus is Apis. And species are Apis mellifera, Apis mellifica, Apis dorsata. These are the different species of this honeybee. And basically this beeswax is collected by this produced by the worker honeybees itself. Synonym of this beeswax is yellow beeswax. Another, its bleached version, white beeswax, is also used for different purposes. So biological source beeswax is obtained by the melting and purifying the honeycomb of Apis mellifica and Apis mellifera or Apis dorsata. It belongs to family Apidae. Wax is actually secreted by worker bees in the cell on the ventral surface of last four segment of their abdomen. So in this image you can find that 1, 2, 3, 4 last four segment of abdomen secretes this wax. Here you can also see the secretion of wax. The wax passes out through pores in the chitinous plate of the sternum and is used particularly by the young workers to form the comb. So this wax is actually passes out through the pores in the chitinous plates of the sternum and is used by the young worker bees to form the comb. And for the collection and preparation of the yellow beeswax is basically prepared after removal of the honey by melting the comb under water, residual honey dissolving in the water and solid impurities sinking, and then straining and allowing the wax to solidify in suitable mold. So this is the preparation procedure or collection procedure of yellow beeswax, which is not bleached, but its bleached version is white beeswax, which is prepared from the yellow beeswax by treatment of several bleaching agents like charcoal, potassium permanganate, chromic acid, chlorine, etc., or by slow bleaching action of the light, air, and moisture. In the latter method, the melted wax is allowed to fall on the revolving cylinder which kept moist, and ribbon-like strips of wax are thus formed, which are exposed on cloth to the action of light and air, and being moistened and turned at interval until the outer surface is bleached. The whole process is repeated at least once, and wax is finally cast into circular cakes. Let's see the physical properties of this beeswax. Beeswax is yellowish brown or yellowish white solid, and it breaks with granular fracture. It has a characteristic odor. The melting point of beeswax is between 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, and this is one of the checkpoint of adulteration of beeswax. And beeswax is basically insoluble in water, sparingly soluble in cold alcohol, but highly dissolved in chloroform, and also soluble in warm, fixed and volatile oils, and that is also soluble in oil of turpentine. Chemically, this is wax, and this wax consists about 80% myricyl palmitate, which is actually ester of myricyl alcohol and palmitic acid. This is also known as myricin. This is the formula of myricyl palmitate, and very little amount of myricyl stearate is present, and it also consists of this hexacosanoic acid, that is C26 carbon acid. This is basically free serotic acid, hexacosanoic acid or free serotic acids available. Apart from that, it also consists of aromatic substances like cerulin, cholesterol ester, and few pollen pigments may be available in the fresh yellow beeswax. Japan wax, which is actually not a true wax but a fat and may be saponified by boiling sodium hydroxide, is the adulteration of the beeswax. So Japan wax is the adulteration of the beeswax, and previously we discussed in lipid section that waxes are saponified by the strong alcoholic potash, but practically unaffected by the aqueous alkali. But this Japan wax is actually manufactured by the saponification of fat, and which are obtained from the fruits of various species of Ras anacardiaceae, and by the saponification by boiling aqueous sodium hydroxide is used, not the alcoholic sodium hydroxide is used. So this is the adulteration of wax. And next section will be discussed about the uses. So let's see the uses of this beeswax. Beeswax is one of the important pharmaceutical aids, which is used as ointment base. This is important for the preparation of plaster, ointment and polishes. It is also used as base in lipstick and face cream preparation. And this is also used in ophthalmic preparation or ophthalmic ointment. But the white beeswax should not be used for ophthalmic ointment preparation. Very important. You just try to remember this point. White beeswax should not be used for ophthalmic ointment preparation. What is the reason behind this? Because white beeswax is actually prepared by using several chemical bleaching agents, charcoal, potassium permanganate, chromic acid or chlorine. So that bleaching agent's residue may be present in this white beeswax, and that is very harmful for the eyes. So this is all about the beeswax one of the lipid containing drug and works, which is used as pharmaceutical aids. Thank you and happy learning.